So I was invited to Dunsfold Aerodrome to meet Petter Kopstein, who is a masterclass Red Bull Air Race pilot. And he said he'd take me out on his plane. And this guy was incredibly cool. He was the epitome of cool.
Everything's fine? Yeah, good. Okay.
He sort of showed me whereabouts I could sit in the plane and what to touch and what not to touch. It was very small, very cramped. So I sat at the front of the plane and Petter sat behind me, which was quite odd. And in front of me was the joystick to fly the plane. Obviously, I definitely did not want to touch that. Then on one side of me was also the emergency release for the canopy, so I wanted to stay away from that. There were pedals in front of me that also controlled the plane, so I had to keep my feet away from those. It meant I was sat in a really awkward position. And then we went into a loop, and they look really tame from the camera, and from outside the loops look like the most tame things, but the G-force is something that you don't experience in everyday life, and it was incredible. I was suddenly really aware of the weight of everything in my body. Like, you can see my body slumps down, and my arms were so heavy, I could feel the weight of my jaw, the skin on my face, and it pushes down on your chest. And if you don't, before we went up, Petter explained that before we go into a loop like that, you have to breathe in and keep that air in your lungs, because if you breathe out, the weight on your chest makes it incredibly difficult to breathe back in again. By the time we landed, I was an absolute mess, and I really struggled. I couldn't undo my harness. That seemed like a really difficult puzzle that I just couldn't kind of complete, and I was sort of fumbling around trying to get out. By that point, I suddenly felt incredibly ill. And by the time I managed to get out of the plane, we'd been in the air about 10 minutes, but I felt drained and I felt incredibly sick. And Petter just hopped out as if, he'd just been to the shops in his car. He was absolutely fine. And I was kind of a sweaty mess. And I was sick for about, I think, the next 4 hours. I've never been so ill in my life.
So how was it? I don't know what to say.